up, everybody? Belligerent here with another Bloodline video, and we're gonna do something new. All right, we're gonna try a new series. I've been feeling a little stale with the game. Unfortunately, I feel like right now the game is kind of limited, and I find a lot of enjoyment out of starting new accounts. All of the excitement of starting the new accounts. What are you going to do with all of your free diamonds that you get? Things like that. I find those really exciting. The late game, to me, kind of struggling right now. So I came up with a new idea. So here's what we're going to do. It's a new thing I'm going to do, new series. And the hope is that it will give people out there some ideas, some things to try. Maybe discover some new things, some new combos, or whatever. So I'm gonna start a new account, and I'm gonna get to the point where it's time to summon things. And this is also gonna combine, for at least from what I've heard, a lot of people's favorite things to do and watch. My favorite things to do and watch. Okay, so we're gonna get through. We're gonna do a bunch of summons in the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to get the diamonds. They come free from the kind of like the tutorial and all of that startup nonsense. And then we're going to do a bunch of summons. Depending on the server, how many summons we can get will probably be slightly different. But it'll probably be somewhere between 30 and 40 summons. We're going to take those summons, and then we're going to build a comp based strictly on what we summon. Now, here's the catch. Here's the rules. From video to video, okay, the first rule is cannot use any of the heroes that I used in the previous video. In fact, what we're going to do is, until I have used all heroes in a comp, I can't reuse the heroes. So we're going to try and fit heroes, or every hero in a comp. Now, there's going to be a couple of caveats. First of all, I don't know if we have actually, I think we have 40, so we should be able to get 8 comps out of it. Now, we might run into some situations where I don't summon the right champion, so I might have to repeat myself. But what we're going for is no repeats until we've gone through all of the champions and put them in some type of comp. Then, we're going to start at stage 3-1. We're going to have all of the champions leveled to level 70. I think I can do 70 for all 5 champions at that point in time. And then we're going to run it. And we're going to see how far we can make it. We're not going to increase levels. We're going to stay at level 70. We're going to see how far that comp can make it. So basically, what is kind of, what's the best comp, or what kind of comps can I put together? What kind of synergies can I put together? So this might give you some ideas on what you can try to build for in the future, things you might want to play test, things you might want to build traits on, or, just maybe some neat little interactions that you don't otherwise know about, okay? So you're going to get to see my summons, although it'll be somewhat of a montage because I don't want to make you watch me go through all of the stuff, because we get some summons from like this thing after getting heroes to 4-star, stuff like that. So I'm just going to kind of put all the summons in one place, and then once we see the summons, we'll talk about the comp that I decided on, and then you'll get a brief montage of the comp in action, but you're not going to watch the entire playthrough. Just kind of a minute or two montage of some of the comp in action working. And then we'll have a recap at the end as far as how far we made it and where it kind of stacks up compared to the other ones. And being that this is the first video, whatever comp we come up with this time is going to be our best comp. Okay? So that's what we're doing with this new series. Sorry that the explanation was so long. This will be the longest it'll be in future videos. I'll just kind of give a brief overview. But I wanted to give everybody kind of like the full play test rules that I'm going with in this series, okay? So we're going to do some summons now. We're going to figure out what our comp's going to be, and then we're going to roll. All right, so stick with me. And let's jump into the summons. Alright, so here we go with our first round of summons. We got this Lume event going right now, so we're going to go ahead and do our draws from there. Hopefully get some, you got a higher chance of getting the Lume, so we can use that maybe in a comp if we pull some good ones. We'll see what we're doing. We're going to hit these 5 summoning crystals first that you get from redemption codes and things of that nature. So here we go. Let's just hit the first one and see what it's going to be. Unfortunately, these first 5 are going to be a little painful because of this new animation they put in. Alright, so we didn't really get anything there. There's no way to skip this animation. I apologize. But all the rest of the summons, as much as we can, will be in groups of 10. So you won't have to watch the animation quite as many times. But just to get through these first crystals, we haven't really got anything good yet, just some rares. We got a Lume and we got the female likeness, but still nothing really that spectacular. We're hoping for some good pulls, but who knows? I almost feel like these summoning crystals are programmed not to give you anything good. Tinfoil hat stuff there. But anyway, there's an epic. All right. Ooh, there we go. So we got that's probably our best pull so far, would be the female Karguk. All right, so let's do some pulls of 10. All right, looks like we can do some. So here we go. Our first group of 10. Oh, let's turn that off. Okay. And the long animation. Like, hopefully in the future they give us a skip button for this. Like, I think the animation is cool, but ultimately we need a skip button. Hit the mythic Lume first draw. That's some good luck there. All right. We got some stuff going on here then. Okay, the epic archer girl there, and that's pretty much it. Bunch of rares. So a couple of things that we can try here. So I'm starting to get some ideas for the comp I might try on this first one. Let's summon 10 more, see what we get. So here we go. But anyway, hopefully they give us a skip button for this in the future. And, we get a mythic Karguk. And her name is Sash. That's a good name. It's not really, but... Alright, and we got an epic luxuriant. That's a good pull there. We can definitely put that in. And epic male likeness. And an epic female Lume. Alright. So we're starting to pull some stuff together. These are some decent draws. Okay. So another epic. So that's 2 epic pulls we got. Mythic pulls that we got, and then we got a bunch of epics, so we can definitely get a comp going here. So yeah, looking good so far. All right, here we go with 10 more summons. Let's see what we get with this one. See if we can get some more good stuff. So far, we have pulled 2 mythics with our summons here. And what do we got? Another mythic. We got a mythic of the worst champion in the game. Alright. Not what I was... I mean, we got to figure out how to use them at some point, right? Alright, we got an epic fire boy there. We got an epic warrior here. I mean, we got some pretty solid pulls out of this so far. Yeah, so let's keep on going. Alright, here we go. We got 10 more summons. We got our 10 summoning crystals from the Ignis Companion event. So we're going to pop those right now, and let's see what we get here with this. See if we can get some more good luck. We've had 3 mythic pulls so far. So feeling pretty good. What do we got here? Oh, we got a legendary archer. The Elsdeath archer. So no mythic, but we got 2 legendaries, 2 legendary archers. So we got some DPS options here. We got this guy again. We just pulled the mythic, so this legendary doesn't really help us. Legendary is a decent pull, but we already pulled him in a mythic, so that doesn't really help us. An epic lionstone that can definitely go into a comp fairly easily. So another, I mean, I can't be mad at the pulls. 3 legendaries. One of them is pointless because we already have the mythic. But another good set of pulls. Like we've actually had really good luck on this first video. So those are those pulls. And let's see what else we can get into. All right, here we go. Managed to pull off enough diamonds to do 10 more summons. So this is going to be our final summons for this video, and then we'll take a look at what we have and decide what kind of comp that we want to try to put together in this first video. So here we go. Let's get these 10. Let's see what we can get. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Here it comes. And look at this. Mythic Male Ignis. That's our 4th mythic pull in this on this account. That is crazy, y'all. That's probably the best I've ever seen. And we got the legendary Spin to Win Girl. We could go big time. And that's going to be the thing about this video. Sometimes we're just going to get carried by the pulls. So we'll just have to see, how good we can get. Another epic Wolf Boy. We already have an epic one. So that is another solid pull. Mythic Male Ignis, legendary Spin to Win Girl. That's crazy. So let's go take a look at what we ended up from our pulls and talk about which direction we think we're going to go. All right, so let's take a look at all of the pulls we got. Look at all these pretty colors, all the oranges and reds and purples. This was one of the better pulls I think I've ever had starting an account as far as the number. 4 mythic champions, 4 legendary champions, and extremely high number of epic champions. So let's talk about the comp that I'm going to do. And believe it or not, I'm only going to use one of the mythics that I pulled because I don't want to throw all of the good stuff right into one comp. I don't necessarily, I'm trying not to skew the results too much because I feel like if I put a bunch of mythics into the comp and just let them run through the story, it'll skew it a little bit because I probably won't get as many mythics in future pulls. So I'm trying not to do that. A couple of things to clarify that I don't know if I clarified earlier in the rules. I'm not going to use anything higher than 4 stars. So it's not like I'm going to blast something up to 7, 8, 9, 10 stars and use it. So everything's just going to be 4 stars. And we're going to go to level 75 instead of 70. I had enough gold to do that. And 75 is a better sounding number than 70. So in the beginning here, we're just going to blow through the storyline because we'll be much higher level than the computer that we're going up against. And then we're going to see how far we can push into the campaign. So here's the comp that I'm going to run. It's just going to kind of be like Tank City. All right. So we're going to run both Lionhearts. Okay. And we're going to run our mythic orc tank that we pulled. Okay. To go along with them, all right, we're going to run the female Lume and we're going to run the male Lycanus. And the goal behind this is for our front line to just tank as much as possible, take up as much attention as possible. So the male Lycanus, who has our highest strength rating in this group, will get the ultimate from the female Lume, and he will just get to wreak havoc on all of the back line, which should be all of the DPS, all of the squishy people. He's going to get to wreak havoc with his ultimate multiple times and his fear. But his ultimate will go off multiple times, so he's going to dash to the back line, blow up one of the DPS, get the refresh from the female Lume, and then get to destroy the other backliner. That's kind of the goal we're going for with this comp. This is a comp that I've kind of been toying around with on other accounts with higher level players, and I like the way it's been looking. I want to try it this way. So he's going to get shields from the male Lionheart. He's going to get a buff from the female Lionheart. And he's going to get his ultimate refreshed. Hopefully the timing lines up correctly enough, but he's going to get his ultimate refreshed from the female Lume. And then big mythic tank girl here I'm putting in because I just want her to be a bullet sponge. She doesn't offer much to the comp, but it's a good place to... Some of these I got to do strategically in this little game that I've kind of put together, because I gotta put some in there strategically where I have a slot opening and I can push off a champion that I wouldn't otherwise want to use. And she's not that strong of a tank, so she doesn't... I shouldn't say she's not that strong. She just doesn't offer much. Like, her kit doesn't offer much. She's a damage dealing tank. That makes no sense. So that's what we're gonna do. So I hope you enjoyed the summons. Let me know what you think about this new series that I want to do, but we will recap after this brief montage you're going to see of this comp in action. At the end, we're going to recap and talk about how far we made it. So what we're going to do is we're going to let it play through just kind of in this setup until we hit a level that we can't pass, and then I will try to see if I can pass that level by moving positions. But basically I'm just going to see, they're never going to go above level 75. We're going to see how far into the campaign we can make it, and after this montage that you're about to watch, we will recap and talk about how far we made it. So let's recap. We had our comp, right? It was both Lion Stones, the female Orc Tank, male Lycanus, and female Lume. And we got all the way to stage 4-24 before we couldn't get any farther. I gotta tell y'all, you have to try this comp. This is one of the strongest comps I think that I've tried. But what might be even stronger is substituting in the male Lume for the female Lume and just making it a survival tank comp thing. Because after I got stuck on 424, the only change I made was swapping out the female Lume for the male Lume. Granted, he was a mythical, she was just an epic. But then we cakewalked all the way to stage 4-39 where we got stuck. So, significantly further into the campaign. And remember, they had no skill levels. They had minimal gear. They were only level 75 and only 4-star. Like, I never changed the levels. I never changed any of that. I just did what you saw me do. I leveled them to 75 and I hit go. and we saw how far we could get. There were a couple of stages where we got stuck and I had to rearrange the formation of the comp, but never changed anything else. And frankly, what got the original comp stuck was some of the cheese that's in this game, like the badgers that never die. So that's kind of where we got stuck. But when we did substitute in the male Lume for the female Lume and put him in with his healing and his revives, and frankly, he, for whatever reason, his auto attacks do a stupid amount of damage, and he almost turned into the carry instead of the male Lycanus. So that might even be a stronger comp. But give this comp a try. If you do, drop me a message. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys like this new idea I have for these videos. I had a blast doing it. One of the funnest aspects of this game is going through, after you get past the tutorial, but getting to just do a bunch of summons all at one time. Look at what you get, especially when you hit some big ones like we did on this video. And then that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that, and we're going to just try and make a comp and see how good of a comp we can make and discover some new things. Because I'll tell you what, I never thought this comp was going to be as strong as it was. But being able to empower that male Lycan to just dive on the back line and immediately blow up their 2 DPS on the back line, that was so strong. The reason, like I said, that we got stuck is because of the game cheese, right? Like, I don't know what it, but so the male Lycan's ultimate is supposed to target the target with the lowest amount of defense, which is why he normally goes to the back line and blows up the DPS. But when the Badger's in the game, so here's with the male Lycan throughout this entire run, his ultimate was one-shotting basically every champion he attacked. We get to the Badger on 4-24, and in a couple other levels, we ran into problems with the same Badger. You know, our Badgers, when we use those dwarfs, the Hunts dwarfs, the Badgers die in one hit. But the game Badger could literally tank. It took 3 male Lycan ults when every other champion on the board only took 1 male Lycan ult. And on top of it, it was making the Lycan target him. So according to how the skill works, it was saying the Badger has the lowest defense, but it's unkillable. So I little irritated about that. But anyway, I did not think this comp was going to be as strong as it turned out to be. This is one of my favorite comps I've ever built, if not the top. It's a blast to play, especially if you like the sustained tanky type comps. And this might actually be one of the strongest comps, maybe the best all-around comp that I've ever played around with. So definitely give this a try. Try both of the Lumes if you get them. See which one you like better. Again, let me know in the comments what you think. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. I'm Belligerent. Peace.